to I Cook, You Measure. I'm your host, Jen Mueller. And these two people standing right here in front of you, we are the only two people in our right minds. Right?
I think so. I hope so.
Well, we're both lefties.
Oh, yeah. Then yes.
You were just going with a flat blanket statement. We're in our right minds.
Yeah, I think so.
We're both lefties. Tayler Saucedo, left-handed reliever. I'm just a left-handed writer.
So you're not a natural lefty?
I am a natural lefty. I do throw right-handed, but I bat left-handed. I'm very confused. I'm conflicted.
Yeah.
I'm conflicted more than confused.
Okay.
How about if you open the wine for me?
Okay. Is it just straight? Let's see. I've never even opened this.
You've never opened a bottle of wine?
No, never. The restaurant does it for me. It's the only time I ever had wine.
Okay.
I told you it's dangerous that I'm in this area.
I am starting to second guess my choice to ask you to be on this show.
I tried telling you.
I thought, no, he's really just downplaying it. A very modest athlete doesn't want to, you know, no?
Nope. That is the honest truth. It is, I'm useless in here.
I'm glad I have a second bottle of wine. That's what we're gonna go with. Do you know how to pour wine?
Although my mom will be proud about this. She's gonna be very proud about this. She was very excited. She knew right away. I was like, yeah, Ben asked me to come on to her little cooking show. She's like, oh, I know that show. I watch it all the time.
Thank you for watching, Taylor's mom. Well, she doesn't know how it turns out yet, but we love the love of moms and their undying support.
Yes.
Can you pour some wine for both of us?
I can.
Please?
I can do that.
Can you?
I think. I know it's like a certain amount. Is that good?
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Is
Tastes
that what
good.
you were expecting?
No, tastes good. Sorry, I went before that.
Okay. So
I like it.
I would pair this with Thai food, because I like really spicy Thai food, and the dish that we are making today, which is Shakshuka.
Shakshuka. What is shakshuka?
And it's gonna be like eggy, tomato, bread, brunch.
That sounds good. I look forward to that.
Here's what I need you to do. Let's take 2 of these potatoes, and I need them to be fairly small
Is that
dice.
Okay, so am I going sideways?
Would you like for me to offer a demonstration first?
Absolutely.
Okay. So here's what I would do. I would get it. Now, I'm also gonna say this. Anytime you have a round edge, you wanna get it to a flat edge, because cutting something that's rocking is dangerous, right?
Okay.
So when you cut it in half, and now I've got a flat edge to cut on, I can do something like this. But we want it to be about this size, and we want it to be somewhat consistent, because when you put it in the pan and it cooks,
Okay.
it'll all cook at the same temperature.
All right, so I go sideways here?
Sure.
Okay.
Sideways. Then you're gonna have to cut it again though, so give yourself a little room. You're making me uncomfortable, and now I'm gonna have to do it. This is your plan the entire time.
Okay, you do it.
It's
then.
your plan.
Look at that. That's exactly like how you did it.
It is exactly like how
Look
I
at
did
that.
it.
Money. A little chaos, but we got
I'm
there.
sweating, but we got there.
You're all right.
Okay. Well, do you feel comfortable enough to tackle the other one, or do you want me to get it started for you?
I think you got it. I think you got it.
I can hardly wait to see what happens with the onion that's about to come next. Okay, so tell me about the time you attempted to cook and did not get past the instruction that said add butter.
Well, it was actually during rehab in Florida. I got inspired. I was like, today's the day I'm gonna learn how to cook. Went to the store, got a steak, but I didn't have a grill. So I tried to do it in the pan. And I just YouTubed, because that's what my mom said, just YouTube a recipe.
Brilliant.
Okay, so
Yep.
I did. And the recipe said to start with it on high and then apply the butter.
Right.
And I don't know really where I went wrong, but it immediately caught on fire.
Right. Yep.
And
Yep.
I lost it. I didn't know what to do, panicked.
Yep.
And I forgot how I put it out because it was such a blur in my mind. And then I haven't ever attempted it again.
Anything.
That steak just stayed right there for the rest of the night. It was just like, I was shell shocked. I couldn't do it.
Do you feel any more confident in your ability to cut an onion or some garlic?
We're supposed to cut that? Isn't it like already? I think it's good to go.
What? You're just gonna put a giant hunk of garlic in there?
Yeah, why not?
So,
Isn't it gonna be the same exact thing? You still get the flavor out of it, right?
you will, but it won't be exactly the same?
Okay, I feel like you don't cut that. I feel like you smash.
You do.
I saw it in a movie.
Yeah, I actually did the smashing for you because I thought that would be the harder part and I thought this would be the easier part.
Oh, so now I do have to cut it.
I tell you what, why don't I cut that and then we're gonna have you cut that. Why do I feel like this is all a setup? Why do I feel like somehow you're changing my show to be Jen does all the work?
Well, you did, isn't it you cook, I measure? I thought I was doing a lot of measuring. Like
You
you,
will be
asked me
doing
to
some
pour
measure, but-
something like,
but
give
now-
me 3 cups of whatever. And I'm like, okay.
Well-
and then like and then you kind of do the.
He's got me there, folks. I don't have a comeback for that.
That's what I thought I was coming into.
I don't have any comeback for that.
If I knew this, I would have practiced my knife work at home.
I'm really glad that you didn't by yourself. I'm really glad. I'm really glad that we had this lesson together. If baseball was not going to be your career path, what was it going to be?
See, that's a question that is challenging to answer because baseball was the only thing. And so when people asked me that, I really didn't have a backup plan. Like this was it. So
Well, a lot of people would say that's confidence in one's abilities.
I think so. Like, I guess you could say that, or it could be naive, maybe. You know to
what?
try and attempt something that not that many people in this world have accomplished. I don't know.
You know what I say when people ask me about that? I say I have the right amount of being naive and stubborn.
There you go.
Us lefties, we're all the same. Are you watching how this is happening here?
Yeah, I don't think I could do it.
I don't think you're even going to try. What happened to the growth mindset here?
You're right. You're right. I'll attempt it.
Right. You don't have to get it right down to like the little nub of anything, but you know, like
Okay.
let's make mom proud.
All right.
Right? Like
I got you, mom. Okay, finger behind the knife.
Please.
Okay.
And ideally kind of cut. Yeah, that's good. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And I will say that's not the sharpest knife in the world. Okay,
So you
so do
sabotaged
one
me.
more. No, just do one more. Okay. Keep your fingers out of the way.
Fingers are locked. Fingers are good. I think I did it.
I feel good about that.
I do too.
This is going to be great. Okay, here's what I would like for you to do next. This is a Serrano chili.
Hot.
It's
Don't
hot.
touch face.
Don't touch face, don't touch face, don't touch eyes. If you would thinly slice it and then I will finish off the dice for you. We
Okay.
are almost to the point where you can measure something.
Okay.
Oh,
Look at
the
that.
coach is so proud.
I feel like I actually did something there.
You did do something. You did so much. We're going to take a break and come right back.
I Cook, You Measure is brought to you by WGU. Online courses available 24/7, plus the ability to accelerate through coursework you already know. Learn more at wgu.edu.
We are making shakshuka. Taylor's learning how to cook from scratch. I did not anticipate doing this much work today, but at least he's pouring wine, so that's great. Here's what we got going on in the pan. We've got potatoes, onions, garlic, our serrano chili. We're gonna add some spices because what we need is for that onion to cook down just a little bit, because if you were to eat that onion right now, it's very raw oniony flavor. So here's what you're gonna do. I need a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. You talked about liking spice, and like we were talking about Mexican food. Cumin's gonna be in a lot of Mexican food because it's got like a smoky flavor, so I need 1/4 teaspoon
Okay.
in there. So,
Or is that
yes,
too much?
So technically,
Is it supposed to just be like a straight line at the top?
yes, but when we measure spices, if you like the spice, you can add some more in, so.
Yeah, that did it.
Perfect.
And then just
Yep, we're gonna
throw
stir
in
it all
there?
together. Yep. So
Okay.
put that down, and now we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of paprika.
Okay. Is that good?
It's pretty close.
Pretty close.
Well, look, did that get filled up?
Well, it's
I mean, this is how my mom taught me to cook, so my apologies. That feels better.
that feels way better. You were right.
Doesn't that feel way better?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. This is harissa paste. It's gonna be a little spicy. I need one of those in there, please. Look, I had to adjust the recipe because it is so,
How does that come out? There it
was
is.
so spicy
Got it.
that even my mouth was on fire.
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay. Here we go. Next things we're gonna do. I've got a can of crushed tomatoes. So this is like a saucy egg, sort of a brunchy thing. I'm gonna mix this together. Yep,
Open up.
yep. By the way, you're gonna be able to do this. Dump that whole thing in.
All right, the whole thing?
Yep. Okay. Do you like where this is going?
Yeah, it smells good.
Okay. We need a little bit of red wine vinegar and some honey. So we're gonna let this thicken for about 3 to 5 minutes. So red wine vinegar, if you would measure a teaspoon.
This looks like what you put in a Sprite and
It is not grenadine. I wouldn't
Thank
do
you.
that.
No, I wouldn't.
probably wouldn't. I mean, you could. I don't think it's gonna taste the way you think. This is
more?
into the mix. That was a good one. I need 2 teaspoons of honey. You can either eyeball it or you can do 2 of these. You can eyeball it if you want. There's no right or wrong.
2 tablespoons. All right,
2
ready?
teaspoons.
Oh, okay.
I can't wait for this.
That's 2 teaspoons.
It's actually less than 1.
What?
I feel like we're closer. That's good.
Closer? We're still not there?
I don't think so, but we're okay.
All right, well, little dap.
That feels good.
All right.
While we're on the subject of freehand measurements, this is a question that I like to ask in relation to my wine.
Okay.
Is a sploosh or a splash bigger?
I feel like a sploosh.
Is bigger?
Yeah.
I feel like a sploosh is smaller. I am getting outvoted every single time I ask this question.
Yeah, no, it's sploosh. Sploosh is bigger. 100%.
Why do you think a sploosh is bigger? Am I thinking about this
A
wrong?
splash just seems like a little, bloop. That's a splash. Like a, but a sploosh sounds like it's like,
You know what I've been missing the entire time? Sound effects.
yeah, there it is. See, I told you. See, you guys sounded out, splash. Sploosh. You know?
And on that note, we'll take a break and be right back.
So I think I can crack an egg, but we'll see.
Okay.
I might get yipped up.
You're gonna get the yips cracking eggs,
Might be. I've never cracked an egg in front of a camera before. It's a lot different.
and that's how we're gonna welcome you back to I Cook You Measure with left-handed reliever Tayler Saucedo. I feel compelled to mention the left-handed part because, well, I think quirky comes to mind when you think of a left-handed reliever. I think bullpen situations are really interesting.
I think you gotta be a little crazy to be a bullpen, so Yeah, I think that fits.
Okay, so I want you to crack 1 egg and put it in there and try not to break the yolk, because I like yolky eggs.
Okay, so where am I cracking the egg? Usually there's another bowl here with a napkin.
Okay, I can make this happen.
Okay.
And it's good that you know what you need. Hang on. With a napkin?
Yeah.
How often do you make eggs at home?
That is the only thing. And my mom would be proud of that because she was like, when I said, you know, obviously I don't cook, she was like, but you make amazing eggs. Like, who's lining up for eggs? Like, how can I convince anybody, hey, you want to come over? I'll make you scrambled eggs.
First of all, I love brunch. There's plenty of people.
Yeah.
If it comes with a mimosa, I'm in.
Yeah, but nobody else is like, what else are you going to make?
You call it a frittata and it's bam.
What's a frittata?
I think you're going to come back to I Cook, You Measure. This is what I feel like. I'd like for you to try to land the egg right there. Think about it as a catcher's mitt, right there.
I've never done precision.
Well, that's TV gold right there.
That is beautiful.
So I'm going to crank up the heat a little bit on that. I'm going to put a little salt and pepper, and essentially our dish is done. Big moments for Tayler Saucedo today. We've got saucy eggs cooking for sauce. We have eggs cooking. The dish is done when the eggs are cooked to your liking. This I have been waiting for the entire episode. This is Virtual Master Chef. I am going to give you 5 ingredients, and all you have to do is tell me what you would make with these 5 ingredients. And I
A mess.
am and I am absolutely second guessing everything I put down on this piece of paper.
Okay.
Because I apologize in advance.
Okay.
I might, yeah.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna say it. You ready?
Yep.
Here's your 5 ingredients. Salmon, potato flakes, mayonnaise, sriracha, and red bell pepper.
It sounds like I'm just making salmon and then throwing all that on top.
I'm really sorry.
Or you put like the mayonnaise, is that like the glaze?
You could.
And then throw everything on top of it. Or side of it. Do a nice little mayonnaise trail. And you know how to do
You could
like
mix it with sriracha and then you'd have like a spicy mayo.
See, I didn't even think, I forgot about their sriracha. Okay, so yeah, you throw the mayo on top and the sriracha on top, spread it in.
Are you doing that with your fingers, or were you just giving me?
No,
like,
yeah, I would wear gloves though,
Okay.
as all chefs do. And then you have gloves, and then you rub it in there. You got a spicy, and then I don't really know what the potato flakes are.
Yeah, this is my bad on this. So potato flakes are actually instant mashed potatoes. If you go to the store and they're in the box, you know how you can see like the same aisle that Hamburger Helper is on. They have instant potatoes. All you do is add water and they become mashed potatoes.
I just spent my whole life. That's actually on my mom for never telling me that. I could be
Well,
eating.
your mom makes mashed potatoes from scratch.
Oh, she's the best cook.
Right.
No.
She doesn't need that. This, I think, could be a game changer for you.
Yeah, but she knows. She could have helped me out there. That's on you, Mom.
It's not.
100%.
I'm going to tell you what I was going to do with this, and
You weren't gonna do the sriracha mayo,
I was going to do the sriracha mayo. I absolutely was going to do sriracha mayo.
but it's not the glaze.
Kind of. Here's what
Okay.
I was going to do. I was going to take salmon that was already cooked. I was going to make a little bit of mashed potatoes with the potato flakes. Mix that together and you form it into like a salmon cake, so you know, a crab cake. I was gonna form it into a salmon cake and put some diced red peppers in there, and then you serve it with a sriracha mayo. That was not what you were thinking at all.
Sounds fantastic.
And I'm really sorry about
not
that.
At all. I totally forgot about like any type of cake. So, like crab cakes, salmon cakes.
Because that
I
was
thought
gonna
about
be
it.
top of mind. Look
Yeah.
at our eggs. Our eggs are doing okay.
That's a good egg. That's
I feel
me.
like that looks pretty good.
Well,
Final steps for Tayler, final steps for us. I will admit, I overcooked the eggs.
happens to the best of us.
I was going for over medium or like some sort of runny yolk. And here's a shocker. I was talking and that didn't work so well. So what we're gonna have is eggs with our shakshuka. And that's just the way it's gonna be.
I think it's gonna be good no matter what.
Well, I think the flavor is gonna be delicious. I'm gonna move this out of the way. So here's what we have. Also, reminder, don't touch that. Okay. I'm gonna sprinkle just a little bit of feta cheese on top. I'd like for you to, what? You
said to tear it apart.
You're right, I did, and I didn't tell you when to stop. You can stop anytime you want to, because I
thought we had to
garnish.
like get it down, like grind it down. Okay.
I thought maybe
garnish?
You could just...
I thought that was Presley.
So, actually pronounced parsley.
Oh. Parsley, Presley, same thing.
I do like your pronunciation a little bit better.
Okay, so.
I think you're gonna start a trend. Here's what I would do. I would do this, and I would do this.
Okay.
Because look at how pretty that is.
That does look very nice. But see, mine didn't spread out that well. It just clunked in the middle.
I'm gonna take it off and try it again. The things I think are rhetorical that are not actually rhetorical.
I still hate it.
Try it from a little higher up.
But how much Presley do I need?
I think it really just speaks for itself.
It looks a little bit more beautiful now.
I think it looks great.
Yeah, it's my Mona Lisa.
More importantly, I am concerned with how it tastes.
You think it's too spicy?
I don't know. I think I overcooked the eggs, to be quite honest with you. If we're doing self-evaluation and self-scouting and self-coaching, I overcooked the eggs.
Okay, well.
Everything else is your fault.
Yep.
Just teasing. I'm teasing.
I'll wear it.
Okay.
Here we go. Shakshuka.
Wait for that heat.
Yeah, that's good. Is there heat?
It's building a little bit.
You think?
Mm-hmm. That's why I picked the wine, because it'll cut through the heat a little bit.
For sure.
I feel like I've completely lost you. And then you would take the bread, and you would use it to, dip.
Usually it'd be a little bit more runny, right? So that's where we would.
Thank you so much for pointing out my failures.
It's okay. It happens.
Well, it happened on this episode. I will say that's a first. I think I've mostly cooked things the way that I wanted to until you showed up.
I'm sorry. I told you this is a disaster.
I feel like as long as this was a fun
I had a
experience
blast
for you, and as long as that bite tastes good. Okay, I'm gonna let you keep going. Obviously, we have had so much fun. I can't even tell you how fun this episode has been. That's what food and wine and conversation do to people, but I know that that isn't possible for everybody because food is a problem for so many in the community. It is why for every episode of I Cook, You Measure, I am so proud to make a donation to nonprofits working to end food insecurity. That is gonna do it for us today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for Tayler.
Thanks for having me.
I feel like these skills are gonna come in handy. I wouldn't go that far.
You trust me.
I would say we'll see you next time. My favorite part though is the gingerbread men. Not my gumdrop buttons. No.
That was a great impression.
It wasn't great. I didn't really get into it because I didn't.
I mean, it was close.
No.
Oh, so you're saying you could do better?
I can, but I haven't had enough wine for that.
Okay.
I Cook, You Measure is presented by Safeway, who encourages you to step up for our high school student athletes through the Nourishing Champions program. The collaboration with Champions of Change provides funding for nutritious snacks and meals for all high school sports teams in need. Use the QR code to apply for the Nourishing Champions grant and fuel success on and off the field.